Alright, I was here. Aha, Pinaxtv. Your best is all Bejimre. Not yet the updates. No, the Abrow Ewo. Quickly, the new patriotic party are or more war opposition CCA or more astate at the blame. Kwako to foreign affairs minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa so because they say umuhune say. Nsembia papa ne keka some confidential security information papa no ede etu dwa amanfo eti bi ma omuhu se empo December attack United States of America omo elanche ye ewo the northern part of Nigeria, precisely Sokoto side honum no na otiremu na Ghana ye hye bi na ema sa attack no anase bombing no successful ema enra ye the updates bra mu kiremu asese no update menka na say base dodo na e Ghana ha no na United States o ba be yusu na omo ede atoa omo dwumadi omo di anase omo missile attacks a omo de ekọ Nigeria ede fight ISIS ene omo dwumadi omo die na the new patriotic party akosua menu ono so edi nsema ba betudwa na mami waye adwuma ewo Rebecca Akufo-Addo, the former first lady of the Republic of Ghana, no or the communications team lead ewo honom na odinsema betudwa kiremu a ensemo Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, honorable foreign affairs minister edikoto tudwa kiremu say yes Nigeria for contacted Ghana, US for also contacted Ghana. It was a joint contact and omo edebre Ghana kiremu say on person omo ne to kese ewo US omo dwumadi a omo edi ewo Nigeria no na omo set up omo base and as omo base ewo Ghana hadada no omo launch omo missile attacks no from here ediko Nigeria enti papa ne den nsam ne tu dwa no amanfo dodo na omo ani enje ho a maame no wakasa edi etia nsam a Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa release ye no ewo ho tiremu se ISIS omo ebe attack Ghana na kire se ensema papa ne kan no na yi Ghana fo ama yenko ne ngotie akosua menu ne nsema odi to dwane emra sese.
Then we come to the recklessness of the foreign minister. The indiscretion of the foreign minister. Indiscretion. Me pesa me kan wo twi mu a the only word that comes to mind so me kan sa twi no platform is one show na me didi natem.
Now why
a foreign minister gets to sit at the highest level on a lot of security boards. On your briefings are Sebi rumor. They don't need to tell you say your oath of security bounds you not to disclose any matter that is discussed within the confines of the room. Area upia watu wano padlock wasum obi bisa okra wontie. Okotna Chatham House. In the video and disclose say the Christmas Day bombing
of ISIS there.
Yes. Yen collaborate with the US. Asem we ka wan. Asem we ka wan. Obi me no wote ha. Na I know one of your favorite destinations is Dubai. Unkan share me but me sure we ni ma Dubai. Iran roped in countries and fired at them because the US had used their bases to attack them. Not that they had a direct or your friends say in Tokwa with those countries, but just by the mere fact that the US used their base to come at them. There are hotels that yes, I've traveled before, far and wide, yes. Places that I would have felt the safest in this country. Just say debris and drone friends saying hitting these facilities, all because a country feels say if the US is getting up to fight us, so we'll fight them, and by any means necessary, we are going to blur the lines of diplomacy. Into what Ghana now got Chatham House. Now you mean say there's this need to assert himself, to feel say important to at any point in time. Honorable Ablakwa has to talk and give information and who here. Your national security coordinator, your national security minister. What was that information for? I mean, ISIS, See, I can say you are in the crosshairs of a terrorist group. What validation do they even need to go and attack anybody? Than to even have a reason that baby a 2 year land and and a moment circumference, Mona Momasa area, no, and Momube position here strike here. Do you know the danger we are in?
But don't you think, say, he made those comments within a certain context?
What context?
So we, out of the context that you may not be fair to him.
What context?
Into the context, say.
What question occasioned that answer?
Into the fact, say, Ghana's foreign policy position.
I have never heard a foreign minister disclose details of an attack ever within the African continent. Mintibida. He sat on a public forum. Diplomacy a nuance though. This is a sledgehammer to our reputation.
Asempa FM.
Diplomacy a kasa. Sometimes crampono. Look, Misusu say Omanpe John Mahama. Tamasa video beto by now because Waku Nigeria did that to start backroom discussions. Yes. At the barest minimum. All the security services should by now be listening in on chatter. There's no conversation. As some free Americans guys yes remo. Onoka mi hudia me de be manu say. Nano akopa. This is not the first time, and I definitely will not be the last until they recall him. Nano akopa. Check it. What these terrorist cells and groups, whether Ghana is in the conversation. Obi, the only thing we have going for us as a country, dear Koma ye wo Ghana high stability. Stability. Nanu ya mumu ba power in the history of this country. 300 refugees, Ejane ako your friends omuko in Burkina. Are they back?
They were more than 300.
More than 300.
They were in their thousands.
Indeed, and even that was a homegrown issue. Amanyo semia no mujane no modekoi. Ejatomono. Now even media crampon has been silent. They were largely silent on it. It was friends and family of the people who had absconded to another country. Sebi, asumdrena ye won, you can't trade it for anything. Me bese metna brochu. Ghana ye me de pa. I don't want to go and live out there. They do went and cover mukots near the Nancy storms, snowstorm near dear, shoveling snow near the Chesobeco, a Juma, Sako Penchini, a good snow, so nanny now what they shovel for what? Na Ghana has some jail, Mosimo Pepa, ye dear mammo. If it's not disappointing over 500,000 young people at a time with no alternative, not just say, yeah, in safety, the safety of this country, with a foreign minister sworn to secrecy. Ukodin komo even on local soil and beka. It's either say Jumano Sosino. Your former foreign minister Shelley Ayokubuchi, did you ever see her engulfed in any reckless talk and Bibi? Or Babi when this CB or no more for foreign minister position man is here. I bet you, because what is happening now, the government should call a cabinet meeting, emergency meeting. They should trace every platform Honorable Ablakwa Kotinaso. And vet what his utterances were, whether he committed Ghana to something, either inadvertently, and now say, they need to trace every single area he's been, especially in the Sahel, because he's exposed us big time. And you bibia sebi, I say, and say, oh, nanwa kopa, nanum paye. Oh, hun otiwa okasano. I say, yeah, big man. America called me and consulted me. Really? Now you're uti no tone and your minister and come back for us a day.
That's a big.
It's not that they even called him. I'm friend said, "Dang, on what? In what was his capacity for being consulted?"
As the foreign minister of Ghana.
Foreign minister, no ma called him
a secretary of state. Onyeni
paketwa. Internet emotional intelligence is key. Knowing what to say, when to say, what platforms to divulge information. If your information now can cry 100%, and 2% now the better abonting. Because sometimes you even have to manage fear. Riot acts and cry, they need to read it to him. Because I'm sure he's in violation of it. The fear that has been unleashed, because look,
ISIS from Bombay and
you know, for the longest time, there are countries that the very first time I called Kenya, I think this was 2018 or so.
Yes.
Before you get through the first security checkpoints, usifi kamu. Kana utimo usifim. You leave your bag and everything and you walk. If they could even get you to walk barefoot and come here. Why? Because there was a terrorist attack in Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya was safe at some point. But due to that, everything changed. It's like 9/11. 9/11 see, you know, the travel became so obi to kwanya ube shell jeans ball belt. After 9/11, just say ube row do America row bibia. It made traveling so inconvenient. But yayama say akukwaye. Into obe sorry fi Ghana ekotna Chatham House. The question up to now, I'm saying that information he volunteered was reckless and needless. Nothing warranted the okai, you know. So let's not downplay it. Meaning pass anke oman paying for na president na honorable Ablakwa do na. By the time I obedu hotel room there will be a dismissal letter for him. Without a doubt. Nani Kufuado, former president Otiasi. This never happened. In the 8 years, in fact, Utie Honorable John Jinapo presser yesterday, in the 8 years of a friend saying Nanado's administration, there was never any agreement. There was never any discussion, agreement as far as I'm concerned. Say be allow Americans to operate whatever ways from here. There was no such thing.
Military base.
Mind you, what the ancient Trump any Iran war when he fired, when they took off with the drone attacks and the missiles and all that. There was a tweet by Pelosi. Said it's illegal because Congress was not consulted.
Yes.
Because per the rules, per the constitution, there are rules of engagement before a country decides to take up any action. Oh, man, pingu surround opa. Nebia ya bro kokona joa was a kokoninti. Meninji inti and enko 2 bombs. You don't do that. Into a flouty in the same way Ablakwa now kind, there are parliamentary rules. There was no communication. There's nothing unless say honorable Bagman Becca say friend kukwemu say this is what is going to happen, so manage it. There is no such. I'm saying that
to go and bomb ISIS.
This compromise has put the Ghana share the crosshairs of terrorism. Do fia sema ye kase yempe en ho asem we are peace loving hwe koimu amam chuka governance chuka ye omode ye fem mpo no, we still have a reason to smile. We still have a reason to be happy despite what we are suffering, despite the challenges. Na foreign minister kotsna obi man so. Now I can say or the Christmas day bombing then just say me share video now we Eeii, like what gets you to be so reckless?
But if the...
And this is not politics. So.
I get it. But if the ISIS and say terrorism scare no real in our sub-region, na Ghana or the military might to want to engage in something proactive. Ebe yisa scare everywhere emra be do ha. Why is it wrong? Why do you think it's wrong?
Ghana will do something proactive.
Yes. Because the whole action was to take out ISIS.
Before you moralize or find a justification for this question, there are several boxes that have to be ticked. First of all, was it an emergency? Was it an emergency? Hasn't Nigeria been having this issue for so long? Nigeria, within the West African sub-region, we are big brothers. Yes. Their economy is 5 times, 10 times ours. Who share NASDAQ? Who share anything Bloomberg near there? Anytime they are talking, in New York, in London, the next conversation they're going to have is Nigeria. They are big, they are mighty. Ivory Coast scroll more economy class. Do you think that their foreign minister will go and sit somewhere and even volunteer such information? So what is to position Ghana? Say we are so collaborative. One Ablakwa one issue statement to a senator in the US and another diplomatic gaffe against us. So why do we want to almost side NDC? They should call for an emergency meeting, even in parliament. Both sides should collaborate and pull him to parliament to answer questions, because the boxes they are supposed to tick at the very least, it wasn't an emergency either for our country. It wasn't. The issue that was happening in Nigeria is slaughtering of innocent. Ghana, a friend say these girls that were where
Chibok
me cause I work nibi me Michael Kwe Jr. or mention Yabu. I remember my friends, we work from Rage. That video I believe is even on my Facebook. So it is not new. They have been fighting this thing. And for Ghana, our sense of pride is in our stability and our safety.
No nsɛm a akɔhya menu de etudwa ɛwɔ hɔnom na ubebisa ho sɛ nsɛm bɛn na honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa de tudwa enti ama mame akɔhya menu former communications team lead de ma Rebecca Ekufu Ado ɛwɔ hɔnom no nsɛm bɛn na ɔde tudwa quickly ne yɛnkɔ nsɛm a ɔde tudwa ɛwɔ Chatham ɛwɔ London a ɛno nti ama mame ɛbɔ n'akyi sa ne yɛnkɔ ne yɛnkɔ tie nsɛm no ne yɛmmra sisiɛ.
Well, everybody knows that Ghana has a defense cooperation agreement with the U.S. Approved by our parliament, and not only with the U.S. but with many other strategic partners, including the U.K., a number of Gulf states. We do these things in our strategic national interest, and we are also careful to draw the lines. And so there's a red line. We do not accept military bases in our country. And I'm sure that what is happening in the Middle East now vindicates Ghana's position. We have historically prevented Western powers from establishing military bases in our country. And I believe that those who initially were not sure why Ghana was very stern about this position now appreciate that. Having said that, we also take the view that any cooperation, any intervention must be on a case-by-case basis, and there has to be express approval. So the recent attacks in Nigeria, the Nigerians will confirm to you that they invited the Americans, and they also reached out to Ghana to collaborate.
The Nigerians?
Yes, both the Nigerians and the Americans. So that's how we are playing this out. Sovereignty has to be respected. Territorial integrity has to be respected. You must be invited. And we must all agree on the scope of the intervention, because we do not want this to lead to another Venezuelan situation or some other, geopolitical matter, because sovereignty is important, territorial integrity is important. We must know exactly what the scope is, what you are coming to do, the nature of the intervention. It's very, very important. I mean, our citizens would not forgive us, and legitimately so, if we just, take away their sovereignty and allow external elements to just come in and do whatever they want.
All right, and in some way, and Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa edi tuja ewo Chatham, ema enunti ama akosha menu ebonechi. Na people, a lot of people, almost so ewo few say, ebema ama eye ISIS for ne tip off say, enti no krese Ghana, mona mo share chire, mo bo eye US for chidomo, omo etimi launch missile attacks from eye Ghana ha to Nigeria, the northern part of Nigeria. Emma omu camp eskata any ade, you will become an enemy to terrorist groups no enunti ama omu minkana zambi before they are to just say a base bibisa esipe na just say Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa and a kote Ghana for to say emu ka ho bi and a mama sa ne mani nyina esi ye enti omu astarte e ka wonsem e wo honom.